Picture this. You're going on a date with an absolute fucking dreamboat. You're going on a 5th date with someone who literally checks all of the boxes. And you're like, where have you been? And maybe they have a few red flags, but you're like, no, stop, I don't want to see it, right?
Women.
He's touching your leg. He's getting real close when he's talking to you. And you're like, sir, if you don't stop, I'm going to need a new skirt because the floodgates are opening. Stop.
2 seconds later.
Oh my God, what just happened? This could not get any worse. Am I going to see this person again? I have no idea. And I haven't seen him since.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. I hope you're all doing fine. And I have to preface this video by saying I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry for what you're about to witness. As we have here even TikTok warning us, this post may not be comfortable for some audiences. Log in to make the most of your experience. Oh, don't worry, I'm making enough of an experience already with what I'm seeing on TikTok. So guys, I have downloaded the video. We're gonna take a look at it. Again, I'm sorry, all right? It's horrendous, it's horrid, but dating also is, right? So we're not afraid of it. We're actually gonna dismiss Amp for this one, all right? It's just gonna be you and me, guys. You and me witnessing the full mayhem on display. So, let's get started, guys.
Picture this. You're going on a date with an absolute fucking dreamboat. You're going on a 5th date with someone who literally checks all of the boxes. And you're like, where have you been? And maybe they have a few red flags, but you're like, no, stop, I don't want to see it, right? You're going on a 5th date, dressed to the fucking nines, feeling real good about yourself. And when you're at the restaurant, this man is showing clear interest. He's putting his arm around you. He's touching your leg. He's getting real close when he's talking to you. And you're like, sir, if you don't stop, I'm gonna need a new skirt because the floodgates are opening. Stop, right? He's PDAing all over the fucking restaurant. He's showing the whole restaurant that you're his, and it's so hot and attractive, and you're like, the sparks are flying, the chemistry is chemistrying, this is so romantic, I'm having such a nice time, right? So the plan after dinner was to walk back to his place because it was fairly close.
Oh, well, do you see where this is heading? And did you know already, guys? All right, because I'm no clairvoyant, you know, myself. But I knew where this was headed right from the get-go. And if you do, guys, you might be a wizard. Oh, you're a wizard, Harry, you know? No, it's either we're all wizards, or it's either these women keep falling for the same mistake over and over. Okay, it's the same thing, guys, every time, and they still act surprised when it happens, even though it has happened to literally all their friends and themselves like 15 times already, but here they are, ready to commit the same mistake again. Well, let's keep watching.
But it was a little brisk. It was a little cold outside. He's like, Aubrey, your lips are fucking purple. Like, you're shivering. We should probably just get a car. And I was like, you care about me? Stop. Okay, so we get a car. We go back to his place. And he's showing me all of his little trinkets, telling me where he got them, and then he starts showing me his projects and telling me what really motivates him and, like, showing me what he does for a living. And I'm like, you want...
Do you guys know what he is going to show next?
To be the father of my children. Why are you showing me that you can be a provider? Stop. Stop. Okay, it was the 5th date. We hadn't done anything yet. He passed the grip test. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about with the grip test, okay? Passed the grip test. Tonight may have been...
Nobody knows what the grip test is, alright? I had to check for myself because, guys, we have a new dating cringe term that has hit this cursed world. Right, the dating world. So let me just pull real quick the comment of what actually it is, because I already forgot. Okay, sorry, don't care enough. But apparently, guys, and I read, feeling a man's pants on the outside to see if the size, shape, girth, I don't even know what that is adequate, and decide if you want to proceed to the next level. What? Who does this? Right, who does this? Apparently this woman, guys. Now that you know this fact that you will want to forget already and you missed the person you were 10 seconds ago, let's continue.
The night, right? So he says, do you want to smoke a blunt? And I said, sure. So we smoke a blunt, we're having a good time, we're laughing, and then finally we get to the bedroom. And I'm like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be awesome. And I was wrong, okay? Sparks were dead. I was like, where did they go? Come back. where's the chemistry? Let's make some potions or something. Like, what's happening? This is terrible. It was awkward. It was quiet. It was dry. It was dry. Okay, never fucking smoke a blunt for the first time doing the deed, because it will never do you right. Okay, there was plenty of times that I had to stop him and say, can you get me the water on the nightstand? Because I need it. Like, I turned into fucking SpongeBob when he needed the fucking water, okay? She needed the water. I wanted to take the bottle and squeeze it up my fucking vagina to get it moist again, right?
Jeez. Okay, this is the part of the video where we stop, and I want to ask you the question, gentlemen. Imagine you are this woman's husband, alright, 10 years into the future. Not that she's gonna have one, but this is a imaginative scenario. Imagine you are her husband and you stumble upon this video, alright? At the family dinner for Christmas, some kid finds this video on TikTok and says, hey, aunt, is that you? And shows it to everyone, alright? How would you feel? It's just embarrassing, guys. It's embarrassing. And these women are wearing it as a badge of honor. Oh, look at this funny scenario, guys. It's not funny, madam. You, hey, the FBI shouldn't be able to get this information out of you at gunpoint. Yet you are sharing it for free. You're just trashing your life in every way possible, and now you've included the internet as part of the distraction. Just horrible, guys, these women are.
At one point, it was so quiet that I was like, can you say something to me? And he was like, what do you want me to say? And I was like, oh God, you don't get it. Never mind. Never mind. It was so weird, so uncomfortable. After the deed was done, I was sitting in a pool of regret. I was thinking about all of the things that had happened, all the great chemistry that we had, and how it didn't translate to the physical chemistry. And I was like, oh my God, what just happened? This could not get any worse. Am I going to see this person again? I have no idea. And as I'm thinking those things, this man starts to get up out of bed and literally starts singing. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking. This man starts singing this right after we just had sex, okay? And I literally thought to myself, sir, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? Because you just had your little pee-pee inserted in my vajayjay. What the fuck are you singing that for? And I haven't seen him since. So that was my worst dating experience.
Yes, it's over, guys. Don't worry, it's over. Now, what's the main takeaway from this video? We're all a little bit confused after all this cringe. So, main takeaway is you can see the drop in effort from this guy, because obviously to all of us but this woman, to every person on this planet Earth outside of this woman, we all knew what this guy was about. All right, he just wanted this one thing, couldn't care less about anything else. And we observe the same trend, all right? It's just, and this is our next specimen. It's just a lot of effort before we get into bed. And once they catch her, they don't really care. Also, this woman whines about his bad performance. But what do you bet, guys, that all she did was lay there like a bear skin, you know, one of these rugs. That's all she did, yet she has the guts to complain. Do something about it, you know? And still, you are just so far beyond the point of no return, okay? It's over for you, and you are in your early 20s. So congratulations, you've hit the wall before a lot of other women. You really wanted to raise there, wanted to get there as fast as possible. Congratulations, you've managed to do so. You'll never find a husband, you don't deserve one. And your dating struggles have just begun, right? You think this is the worst date? This is just the beginning, okay? I can't emphasize enough the dating crap that you're gonna go through because of your own doing. But now, guys, enough with the cringe. Let's get started with this woman. And then the cherry on top of the cake, I have a boss babe for you guys. You can see her already. Massive boss babe here waiting. This will be the final boss, but first let's get to this intermediate TikTok, and then we'll move on to our rage story. I just forgot the whole you know, plan for the video because this first one was outrageous.
This is for the single people who are seriously dating to marry. The wisest possible thing that you can do when getting into a new relationship is observe. What I mean by this is you are allowing the other person to just be themselves. Do not tell them all the things that you like, all the things that you don't like in a relationship. Just allow them to be 100% themselves, so that you can see who they really are. And I would say give it a good 3 to 6 months before you start throwing in, you know, I don't like it when this happens, or I like it when this, and I like it when my partner is this, or I don't like this. It doesn't matter, because you're not trying to change that person. You're trying to observe that person and allow them to show their true colors and who they actually are. And then you can make an educated decision on if you can handle those things, or if you don't like those things, or if you want to move on. Like, you don't have time to be someone's mommy. A man should know how to treat a woman right, period. And if he keeps screwing...
There is the mommy thing again, guys. Oh, you're not his mommy. A woman says this, alright, first thing I do, another, I just turn my back, alright, and I advise you all do the same. Oh, I'm not his mommy. Translation, as a man, you just don't get to have any sort of needs, no needs allowed, because she's not your mommy, right? Not going to help you in any way, shape, or form. She's not going to be understanding that. When they say this, I'm not his mommy, what they mean is, I want you to act like my daddy and provide, and when I get my little toddler, you know, tantrums, I want you to act like my daddy, but I'm not gonna be your mama, right? So they want you to just be a provider. Guys, just open that wallet, provide everything, pay the money, you know, be my psychologist, be my psychotherapist, do everything for me. But the moment you want one thing out of me, oh, I'm not your mommy. Okay, this is the translation. So run from the for the hills.
A woman right, period. And if he keeps screwing up, keeps flaking, keeps doing all these things, then it might be time to move on, instead of train him and teach him and reprimand him and all of these things. Like, stop wasting your time, and it might be time to just move on.
It's a bit ironic how these women say, stop wasting your time. Madam, you are in your mid-30s. You've already wasted your time, right? The time to say, oh, I need to, you know, prioritize my time is 10 years overdue. All right.
And this 100% goes for the men too. I would also like to add this caveat. You always want to be intentional when you're dating someone and ask questions. My thing is always ask questions. Try to be, you're like an investigator, right? A detective. Ask questions and observe.
Yeah, guys, because that's men's dream, to go on a date where they're going to be interrogated, observed, you know, like there's some rat in a lab. That's what we want out of a date. And also this woman says, you have to be intentional in dating. Yeah, because this is how you end up in your mid-30s and single, by being intentional, right?
Don't tell them what you like, what you don't like, because then what happens is you start telling them what you like and what you don't like, and what you tolerate, what you don't tolerate, and they'll start being on their absolute best behavior, which then becomes they're starting to be manipulative. And I'm not saying that they're being manipulative on purpose, but they're trying to manipulate themselves to be this person that you like and that you will approve of, instead of being themselves, because we want people to be themselves. We don't want to change people. We just want them to be themselves and observe who they are, so we can make an educated decision. And sometimes it won't even take 3 months or 6 months. Sometimes you'll learn these things in the first month, if you're okay with that, if you're okay with the things that they do and don't do. So just take my advice and just observe. That's all.
Yeah, no, we won't be taking any advice from a single woman in her 30s. We won't do that mistake, guys. So let's move on to our boss babe, okay? The final boss of the video, guys. Are you ready? If you've witnessed the first woman, this one is somewhat better. I don't know. I should make a poll asking which woman is more outrageous and unpleasant, but let's get started.
If you're a truly attractive, ambitious woman, let me tell you something about the men in your life. Most of them, and I mean most of them, are not going to be interested in you. They might be interested in the idea of you or the way that you look, but trust me, the second that they get to know you, they're going to realize a lot sooner than you probably will that they couldn't keep up with you for 2 seconds. It might be really difficult to find a man who can hold really intellectual conversations with you, have the same level of confidence that you have, match your drive and your ambition. Just most men, not all of them. And so they leave, because who wants to be in a relationship where they constantly feel less than? So take it.
All right, stop. Okay, stop with this dick measuring competition. All right, if we measure it, we probably have it longer than yours. At least we will hope so. All right, this whole competition of, oh, who makes more money, who is more intellectual. You guys, you're just not intellectual. You're not up to my level. You're not up to my standard, you dummies. Jeez. Madam, you're not too much for us. You're too annoying. All right. When will you get through your thick heads that it's not that you are intimidating, it's not that you're too much of a bite for us. No, you're just plain annoying. You are. I can already picture, if I go on a date with you, the full length of the conversation without even knowing you, because you women, the boss babe ones, you are so dull. You're like NPCs. Holy crap, I can picture the whole conversation already. All right, you're not that much. Also, you're not really attractive. You look like a Barbie doll with the 4 pounds of makeup you're wearing. You just look like a doll. You're not attractive. If you take it away, you're probably a 4 out of 10, all right? You're nothing special just because you pour $700 a month into your looks, right? And I want to ask you this question, guys. Would you go on a date with this woman, right? A coffee date. Would you do it? Me, I will ask for the money. How much are you willing to pay me to go on a date for this woman? And if the price is enough, I'd probably do it from an economic perspective, you know, a financial perspective. Otherwise, guys, if you're not paying me to go out with this woman, I will never do it. You can give me 100,000 years. She can be the last woman on earth. I will just not do it. And I presume literally all of you think the same. Nobody wants to be with this woman, even for free, let alone the things that she expects out of you and her unreasonable demands. You're not good. You're not a good option. You're annoying. You're a pain in the neck, all right? You're worse than a Japanese torture method, all right? And nobody wants to deal with you because you're a pain in the ass, not because you're too much of a bite. Love how she starts the video by, oh, if you're an attractive and ambitious woman. And of course, this video has over 100,000 likes because every damn woman, modern woman, believes that she's attractive and independent, all right? Everyone brags about it. Yeah, they're all suckers, guys. They suck. Now, let's finish this TikTok from this stupid individual right here.
Feel less than. So take it as a compliment and understand that they just realized a lot sooner than you did that they couldn't handle you for 5 minutes if their life depended on it.
No, really, it's true. We cannot handle you for 5 minutes, even if our life depends on it. That's true. We cannot not handle, I would rather say we cannot stand you, right, is the right word, because holy crap, you're so annoying. And take a look at her face, guys. Is this an attractive woman? Is this a 10 out of 10? Now, please don't say she is, all right? Even if you think she is for some reason, this is just the makeup, all right? If you take a brush and walk it through her face, you're gonna uncover a different person. But what I was meaning to say is that her facial features are nothing special, okay? You take away the makeup. I tell you what, guys, she's a 5 out of 10 on the best day of her life, all right? Nothing special to see here. Look at her face. This is not a face that has some face, you know, structure or facial, what was the word, traits or whatever, of an attractive person, right? I can see her real face behind this facade, behind the cake that she threw to her face to get her makeup done. Now, guys, enough about that. Enough about these women, for real, enough. Let's move on to our article story, which is less of a headache inducing. So, don't be me, says this man. He says, I guess I just want to put this out there in hopes it may help you now or in your future. Rewind to September 2023. I met what was an amazing girl who didn't turn out to be amazing. ADHD, cheating past, exes still talking, etc. My dude, why did you get into that? You know, ADHD, guys. Now, I personally think that is an overprescribed, you know, thing. ADHD just being thrown out there left, right, and center is what I think. But guys, from experience, all right, I've been with a woman that had BPD. Never, guys, never do that. All right. It's not to be an a-hole. It's not to say, oh, you are mentally sick. Go knock yourself out. Not to be an a-hole. Just, you're not this guy's saviors, all right? You have better things in life to do than go out with the women who have these conditions, all right? Let me say conditions. Just don't do it, guys. Most of you are not ready for it, and I'm not saying that in a condescending way. It's just, it's hard, it's unpleasant, it involves cheating, it involves toxicity, it involves many bad things that you really don't want to get yourself into, right? It's different having a girlfriend that starts to suffer these conditions I'm not implying that you should leave when that happens, all right? Stick for her, try to help her. But if you're just starting to date and you're considering options, never go for the ones who have these conditions, is my advice. I continue now, but I was love bombed by a 10 out of 10 smoke show. Never had anything of the sort, and not since. The since is a key to all of this. After a whirlwind 8 weeks, she ended it. I was in a mess for a month or two, but got back on my horse. Horse. And started dating in January 2024. Guys, also, I want to mention, there's this, I think Barney from How I Met Your Mother had this like graph of how the more hot a woman is, the crazier she is. I don't know why that's the case, just God intended it to be that way. You also have the triangle where a woman can only have 2 of 3 sides. She's either hot, single, or crazy, all right? You cannot have all 3 of them. If she is hot and single, she is crazy. If she is single and not crazy, then that just means she's not attractive. I got it a bit messed, guys, but you know with the triangle I'm talking about. They're always crazy when they're this attractive, for some reason. I met a few nice girls, but one girl I dated in particular was ticking almost every box I had, apart from she didn't look as good or anywhere like the girl from 2023 or the same intensity. See, the triangle I just spoke about, alright? This girl was sane and single, so she's not attractive. It just always is the case, this triangle. I didn't treat the dating seriously with her, and I had 2 opportunities to confirm what we were, but I dismissed them. I also confessional was also dating another girl at the same time during the first 2 months, so this was a poor choice as it made me less bothered about either of them. Don't do this either. My bro, you are full of red flags. Alright, my bro over here with all the red flags. Dating red flags, dismissing good women, massive red flag of a guy. What I failed to realize was, this woman was amazing, and I didn't want to make her feel secure or anything, and I let it tank because I was so effing stupid and fixated on something so superficial. We ended the dating in March with not sure what I want. It was no surprise, and I didn't feel hurt by it until now. I've had probably 9 to 10 first dates since then, all of which I've either not been happy or they haven't been happy. It's extremely tough in the dating world, and losing someone over stupidity due to an ex isn't something that can be swallowed. The reality of my big mistake has finally hit me, tenfold. I'm in deep regret. I tried to reach out 2 days ago, radio silence. No, of course, because this woman is not stupid, and she won't take you back, and good for her. This guy, guys, we see a rare scenario where a guy is doing what women often do, which is dismiss good options because of superficial bullcrap, alright, is what this guy did. Because he was already infatuated with this woman who was really hot but mentally unstable and toxic. Now, he cannot see the value in a good woman, right? Because now he thinks about the superficial crap. The same thing that happens to women. They go with that one Chad who happens to be attractive and have a good jawline, and that's it, they're alpha widowed. They no longer care about men who can provide, men who can be stable options, men who value them and cherish them. It really takes a little of this drug that is being infatuated with the superficial bullcrap to lose yourself forever in the dating world, right? So it happened to this guy. I continue now. The takeaways here are obvious and something you've heard time and time again. Heal properly first and foremost. Don't compare. Do not lose someone out of your life because you're constantly comparing and looking for a new guy, girl that looks exactly like that ex or better. Yes, it may happen, but don't throw someone else away if they don't meet the mark but are amazing in other ways. I hope this may help someone avoid my mistake. Now the first comment over here. Yikes. Just yikes. No, I agree. Yikes. This man, red flag, guys. We have to say it how it is. And he just dismissed probably a very good option that could have lasted forever because of superficial stupidity, right? So I just wanted to cover this from the male perspective. This is actually a guy that did it. We usually cover women in the same position. Now it's a guy and he regrets it tenfold. At least he had the accountability to notice his mistakes. So maybe there's some hope for him, right? Maybe life will give him a second chance at meeting a good woman because he understood his mistakes, right? And what he's trying to do is prevent them from happening. Contrary to most modern women's approach, which is, oh no, because my ex was crazy, I just deserve better. I deserve the universe, God, they must provide me with that 10 out of 10 men because life has treated me so bad until now by being with a person who was toxic and cheated, all right? Not realizing that they picked that person and they dismissed 10 nice guys along the way in order to do so, all right? But guys, thank you for watching. I'll leave you off here. Thank you for joining me and Ampu. Leave me your thoughts, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good one.